Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And remember a couple of years ago when Ricky Gervais hosted the Golden Globes and he told celebrities to shut the hell up about their politics and their personal opinions and just say thank you and whatever? Yeah, well, he's got to remind them again because it's gotten so bad that everybody is running at the mouth. Whether it's about Trump or ICE or yes.
It was ICE this time.
It was ICE. Okay, whatever this year's flavor of outrage is, he had to remind people just do your job. You're an entertainer. Shut up. Well, we're going to talk about that. He has to remind them again. And then we're going to talk about Billie Eilish being one of the biggest examples where people are trying to tell her to sell her luxury home because it's on stolen land. Because here's the thing. When you try to appeal to activists, right, they're going to look at everything you're doing, too. And they're going to be like,
oh, there's a crack. Let's go in there.
There's a crack. Right. Right. And if you just tell them up front to go F off, you try to appease them, it only works for so long. Eventually, they're going to come for Mark Ruffalo, too, because he's all like, communism, Marxism. I'm like, dude, you're a millionaire.
That's what gets me about all this shit. It's like, you know what? You first. You're all sitting here now. At least to Billie Eilish's credit, I will say that she has given her own money for causes and stuff like that. But here's the thing. It's like you go out there and lecture everybody else. It's like you first, bitch. I don't see you giving up your money, your homes, and everything else. Even, we didn't talk about it, but Giancarlo Esposito basically saying about, we need to go down and have a revolution. It's like,
oh,
okay,
God.
well, you first, buddy. 50 or 5 million might die. It's like the Shrek thing, that's a risk I'm willing to take. Yeah, it's like
risk. So you might die. That's a risk I'm willing to take.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, Esposito, that floored. I'm like, dude, you're gonna get a knock on your door from the FBI because you're advocating or promoting the notion of overthrowing the government. Like, what the hell, dude? Just do your movies.
No, we don't usually talk about politics and stuff when it comes to stuff. We try to stay out of it. It's not our job to tell you how to vote or what to think. And people vote differently for us, and that's fine. We don't, that's okay. We aren't going to flip out about it. But this one ties directly to pop culture and the fact that American people are sick to death of Hollywood thinking they know better than you and that they're more important than you and that they get to sit there and use their time on, to lecture everybody else while they themselves are doing the same damn thing they're lecturing you on doing. And people are sick of it. And it's more about Hollywood and celebrities, in this case singers, and how they're so far up their own asses and out of touch with reality, and how it impacts the people that are the fans.
And they look, they've been doing this as long as I can remember. It used to be a joke, though. It used to be that, the Jane Fondas and the Barbra Streisands and the Richard Gere's, and they were kind of laughed off by the general public because they're like, oh, these celebrities need to learn their place and not be so political and whatever. And now it's just the norm, right? It's just been.
They honestly think they're so much above you people and that they can lecture you while being the biggest hypocrites in the world, which is why that people are calling Billie Eilish out.
So I'm going to listen to Ricky Gervais because I think he's a pretty solid dude and he likes dogs. And a guy who loves dogs as much as Ricky Gervais can't be a bad person. So that's just my thought on it. Anyway, let's talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, get woohoo if you do.
Woohoo.
Coming later this week, we're going to launch another offer for the Crimson Rant hardcover. A lot of you missed out on this book. It was printed about 4 years ago. We're working on book 2 currently. And proceeds from this sale of the Crimson Rant 1 book will go to Crimson Rant 2. We're also going to offer some other goodies that were not available the first time around. So check it out. You can be notified on launch if you go out to Kickstarter for that. All right, so this is coming from Variety. Ricky Gervais reminds celebrities not to make political speeches after Grammys, sees Bad Bunny, Billie Eilish slam ICE. They're still not listening.
No, they aren't listening, and then it's biting them in the ass.
Yep. So Gervais appeared to laugh at this year's crop of Grammy winners for their politically charged speeches, taking to X after the 2026 ceremony to share an excerpt from his 2020 Golden Globes monologue in which he told actors in the room not to turn their acceptance speeches into political calls to action. He said they're still not listening.
Nope.
This is what he said back in 2020. He said, if you do win an award tonight, don't use it as a political platform to make your political speech. He said in 2020. They were so pissed at him.
He was right, and American people, cheered him.
Yep. You're in no position to lecture the public about anything. You know nothing about the real world. Most of you spent less time in school than Greta Thunberg.
I thought it was Thunberg, but anyway.
I don't know. I've heard Thunberg.
I don't know. It's Greta. How
Greta.
dare you?
I've heard. I don't know. Somebody. I don't fucking care. Is Greta still Greta? Because Greta looks like Adam from He-Man.
I don't fucking know, nor do I care. Anyway.
Didn't she like kidnap herself or something?
No, they went out on a boat and then they got themselves, in places where they shouldn't have been and got themselves detained. And then they were like going on about how it wasn't fair. And then they were being treated very well in, comparison to other people from the side they were, defending and stuff. And they were like having a hissy about it. But
quick,
anyway,
hold me hostage so I can use
basically, Hollywood, and they just want that moment. Like, we're right here. I'm a better person than you. I basically know I'm an entitled prick, but I can feel better about being entitled prick by using my 2 minutes to sit up here and tell everybody else they're entitled pricks while I change nothing about myself.
Gervais posted and took down the exact same message last September after the 2025 Emmys. At that ceremony, hack star Hannah Einbender. No, that sounds like
I don't even know. Villain. Who cares?
What's your name? Dr. Einbender. I'm a very angry dentist. Notably won for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Comedy and used her acceptance speech to say fuck ICE and free Palestine. You know who else is saying fuck ICE? The Annoying Orange. Did I tell you this?
Yes, you did.
Okay, so does anybody remember The Annoying Orange? I swear to God, I got to pull this up. It's ridiculous. Yeah, so The Annoying Orange was one of the first breakout YouTube stars. And I don't know why, but his stuff came up in my Facebook feed. I'm like, oh my God, The Annoying Orange is still around. Imagine that. I'm like, what's The Annoying Orange talking about? Oh my God. It's all politics.
What's really funny to me about these celebrities all going on about ICE and all this shit? You do know ICE has been around for a long time, right? You do know that Obama was, using, Homeland and stuff back then, and he gave him an award because he was deporting people in bigger numbers than Trump is. That the border issue has been a centuries-old issue. You understand that, right? No, you don't. But apparently Orange doesn't understand it either. If you're here illegally, you're not supposed to be here. I am sorry.
You're a talking cartoon orange. It says the talking cartoon man. You're a child's entertainment. You're the last person anybody wants to hear from on politics. But I guess his page is exploding now because he's gotten all political. I'm like, is that what this is really about?
I have one thing to say about the Annoying Orange. Knife.
All right. So they said the 2026 Grammys were largely defined by politically charged speeches. Billie Eilish, Justin and Hailey Bieber, Bon Iver's, Justin Vernon, Jack Antonoff, and more musicians wore ICE out pins.
Didn't watch it because I don't care. I think I don't watch any of these award shows. It's a bunch of entitled pricks kissing each other's ass and talking about, how great they are, and then while being entitled. And then there was a little video that was going around, and I was sharing it to you about someone saying, here's what the Grammys are like on stage. I care about everyone. We should all be together as humans. And then backstage, you're like, why are they even in here? How do they get even in here? This is the Grammys. Why are you letting the riffraff in here?
Yeah, exactly.
It's true. This is how these fuckers act. I do not watch them get awards because they a lot of times don't deserve a fucking award. Because you sang a song. Whoopee fucking ding dong.
Oh, my God. In 10 years' time, a lot of these people, nobody's going to remember who they are. Or they're going to be irrelevant, right? But beyond that, didn't they get on Bill Maher because he wasn't wearing his ICE pin? And that is literally the meme from Seinfeld where Kramer didn't wear...
Yes, people were joking about that.
The pin. And he's like, well, I still support the cause. I just don't wear the pin because why do I got to wear the pin? Well, he's not wearing his pin. Yeah, exactly. And that's what this is about. It's like, if you want to be part of that in-group... This is what they decided this month is bad. And now they're all going on about the Epsteins. And I remember you guys.
Moore said if problems could be solved by wearing, it was a ribbon. If problems could be solved by wearing the ribbon, why is, we would still have, all this stuff would be solved. The cancer would be cured. Ukraine would be resolved. It's like, it doesn't do shit. It's just to make you feel better, like you're doing something when and make you feel elite, like you're above everybody else. That's all it is.
All right. So this is where Eilish got in trouble. She said F ICE during her speech, adding, no one is illegal on stolen land. And yeah, it's just really hard to know what to say and what to do right now. And I feel really hopeful in this room. And I feel like we just need to keep fighting and speaking up and protesting. And our voices really do matter and the people matter. No one is illegal on stolen land.
Well, wait, I'm confused. Wait a minute. We got to stop ICE. What's ICE doing? Deporting people that are here illegally. Okay, I'm sorry. You take your shit, Billy. You go to North Korea and you go in and tell them that you're not illegal because it's stolen land and see what happens. All the land in the world is stolen from somebody, including Eilish's property apparently.
Well,
and
yeah.
it's like, what the hell?
And
you're not here legally. You get your butt out.
And we can argue the tactics and techniques being used.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying everything there is right either, but I'm just saying it's like this is not a new thing. You just guys all decide to get pissed about it now, and what are you defending? People that were committing fraud. I mean, how this doesn't even make sense.
So the thing is, though, is with entertainment, right? The world, I think everybody, regardless of what side of the aisle you're on, can agree right now the state of the country, the state of the world is dog shit, right? There's a lot of shit going on, a lot of negativity, a lot of things that are not good going on, and people turn to entertainment usually to escape that, right? But when
they brought that up too. They said that people don't want to hear your takes. They want to escape reality. They don't want you to push it on them more. Your job is to entertain and to give people an escape, not get up there and then just shove it down people's throats even more. That's not your job. That's why people want to see you. Listen to you.
When everybody's Rage Against the Machine, no one is. It's like everybody's just. So anyway, she made that stolen land comment. Right, and people are throwing it back in her face. It said, "Stolen land, Grammys rant explodes in Billie Eilish's face as critics demand she hand over her luxury homes." So it said, Billie Eilish, has come from the New York Post, is facing calls to hand over her ritzy LA digs to a Native American tribe or other illegal immigrant after she declared no one is illegal on stolen land. The Wildflower singer, 24, she's only 24, so there we go, is being accused of virtue signaling for the anti-ICE remarks she made while accepting the award of Song of the Year on Sunday. What about if we all showed up to her mansion and said, we're going to live there now? It's stolen land, right? She doesn't own it.
Yeah, people were mad. They're like, it turned out that it belonged to another tribe. All that area it belonged to a different tribe, which I'm not even sure what it was, honestly, for being fair. And they're like, you aren't giving it back to them.
Meanwhile, she's chilling in her Hollywood Hills fortress with armed guards and a moat of privilege. A moat of privilege? Is that the new thing? I want a moat of privilege.
She has a swimming pool.
I want a moat. We put if we would move to Florida sometime, we could have gators in the moat. And we could be like, stay the hell away.
Except they'd probably still eat your dog. So anyway.
I know.
He's so afraid that gators are going to eat his dogs.
Gators do. You thought I was being ridiculous, and then there's that video of that guy saving his dog from a gator.
Which happened to also be a King Charles Cavalier, which our dogs are mostly part King Charles Cavalier.
Two of them are, yeah. So I'm like, I don't want my dog eaten by a gator, right? If the land's so stolen, hand over the keys to the nearest tribe or migrant family, said YouTuber Brandon Tatum. So yeah, that's Eilish's house. See, that kind of sucks,
she's got stables and horses too.
Stables and horses and a big privacy fence and armed guards, and I mean that's crazy. But yeah. The woman is a blithering idiot. Of course, if she really means it, she'll happily hand over her multi-million-dollar Malibu beachfront home to illegal migrants, says British journalist Julia Hartley Brewer, which she won't because she's just a silly celeb posturing. Any white person...
Now, I will say, in her defense, she has given money to different causes of her own money. And if you want to give... I will say this. If you give money to your causes of your own money... then I'll have a little more respect for what you're saying. I don't know if she did on this case, but in other instances she has. And it's like, so there, you're at least putting your money where your mouth is. But, this one was really too far. You're not illegal if you're on stolen land, as she sits her ass on stolen land.
Any white person who does a public stolen land acknowledgement should immediately give his or her land to Native Americans. Otherwise, they don't mean it, said a representative from Utah. So Eilish, who Forbes estimated had a net worth of $53 million in 2020. I'm going to be honest. I thought she would have more than that.
Oh, no, not with music. A lot of times the studios take so much money from you. It's ridiculous.
Because I know she's super popular. I thought she would have more than that. She purchased a $2.3 million horse ranch in Glendale when she was 17. Okay. That's actually, I'm just going to side tangent here. In Glendale, $2.3 million doesn't get you very much. So that's actually not like, it's not, because I've seen these celebrities with these like $15-20 million homes. So her brother, music partner Phineas O'Connell, who stood beside Eilish as she accepted the Grammys, reportedly sold his beach house on the sands of Malibu for $5.6 million in 2022. Well, maybe nobody wants to live in Glendale or Malibu anymore because this is a shithole. But like my parents, I talked about this before. My parents' house, we lived right outside San Francisco, and they bought their house in the 80s for, I think it was $175,000. You know, it was a modest A-frame, but we had like 2 acres of land, and then the house was worth damn near $3 million by the time they moved, which was insane. But that's because of where it was at and the fact there's land. I think they had put condos or some shit up. But yeah, so that's not like, it's not, you know, that's a horse ranch in LA. It's in the suburbs. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh my God. Okay. But yeah, look, the point is,
it's probably like your parents' property where they bought it before everybody started putting the houses around it and camp right against it. It was probably like an older property that, you know, had the horse ranch, and then as they built out more and more, they probably built up against it, which is what happened with your family's property.
Yeah, because there were like condos like right up against the property line and stuff. It was
that wasn't the way it was for years.
No, it was actually farmland, and even Southern California. Man, this is gonna. I'm old, but Southern California back in the day was known for the orange groves and the horse ranches and the wide open space, whatever. And then as more and more people started flooding in, land became a huge commodity. But I remember
pay me to live in California, and I'm sorry for those who do. I mean, no offense, but you couldn't pay me to live in California.
It was great in the 80s and 90s. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, it's unrecognizable now. I would not want to live there. But the point being is, she's a multimillionaire. And she's complaining about stolen land, and it's like, yeah, you know.
Yeah, and then people were like saying, and then apparently there's another layer to it. She apparently had somebody arrested or has a restraining order against somebody who was like a stalker, which, you know, fair. But they were coming onto her land, so she had them, arrested or whatever for it. Yeah. Because they were trespassing. It's like, wait a minute, it's not, how dare you? They're not legally on your property because it's stolen land. I'm like, this was the stupidest comment.
Yeah.
That could have been made. And I get that what she was trying to do, but what she was trying to do and what she did are two different things.
And it's going to look, I'm going to be honest. I mean, anytime you weigh in on the most, whatever the hot button is, like, we're not hearing anything about Ukraine now, are we? We're not hearing anything about, making sure you take your vaccine, are we? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, these are all there's always a memo that goes out like that year. Like, okay, that's this year's talking point. You've got to talk about this thing. You want to use your
platform to talk about things that things that you care strongly about, but not people aren't. They aren't there because they want to hear you. They want to hear you talk about the music. They don't care about your political, standing. And that's what they were saying about, especially about like celebrities that are actors and such. They're watching you because they want to be entertained to escape this. You keep bringing it to every aspect of everything, and you ever hear about Pedro Pascal lately? I think because everybody got tired of his shit. It's just, he's not wrong. Gervais is not wrong. They don't want to hear you talk about your politics. They don't want to hear that. So, stop lecturing everybody else. I think that's where we're at.
Yeah. And I think you get to a place with celebrities too, where they start talking about these political hot button issues because, to Gervais's point, like, they don't live in the real world. And I sit here and I think about U2, right? And U2 used to be one of my favorite bands when I was a kid growing up. I know, questionable taste in music, but whatever. They were huge, right? U2 was, yeah, they were huge. And early on, they were singing about all the stuff that they were going through in Ireland, with all the political issues over there. And it was relatable because they were, in Ireland at the time when they started their career. As they got richer and richer, Bono started talking more and more out of his ass because I think he lost touch with the common people.
They still think they're super important.
But they still think they're super important. Yeah, like you listen to Bono now, he's just absolutely insufferable. He just, like, every political whatever, he just goes on and on and on and on about it. And it's like, because you don't have, like, that was kind of part of their shtick. Like, you listen to early U2 and you knew that that's what they were talking about. Same with like Sinead O'Connor or whatever. But then they get rich and they become out of touch. And so then they just kind of latch on to, oh, okay, that's this year's bad guy. Okay. So we're going to talk about it
making them more relevant. We're using my platform for good, but you're using your platform so you feel better about yourself, like you're doing things by lecturing everybody else, as if because you're a celebrity, everybody else is stupid and you're above them. And it's like a lot of you people, you might have skills being an actor, but you aren't very bright personally, and then you're going to sit there and tell everybody else how they should be. as you sit up on your thing, as your moral high ground, and you think you're intellectually superior. We saw the same thing with Sharon Stone. I'm like, girl, you're famous for flashing your cooter in Basic Instinct, or you're famous for that kind of stuff. No one wants to hear what your art school ass has to say about politics.
No one wants to see your art school ass on camera either.
Not now. I'm just saying, like, no one cares. And even then, just because you had your pussy out doesn't mean that people want to know what you think about different hot buttons in politics. I know. I really wish I would phrase that differently.
I'm waiting for the OnlyFans stars to start getting. I'm sure they are. Stars. I'm using finger quotes. Oh God.
If you vote for so and so and they win, I'll show you more of my whatever. Or I'll put this on camera. It's
iced. I'm gonna show you how. First, you go get some ice cubes.
Yeah.
And then you put them all up in here. How many ice cubes can you fit up there? Yes, that's gonna be on OnlyFans. Oh my God. But yeah, the freaking annoying orange. Come on.
It's got to this level. It's like you can't make this shit up now. You can't even make it up.
Maybe this is the joke. Maybe he's actually not a political guy.
Maybe it's 3D chess. I don't know.
It might be. Maybe it's like he's playing on a whole nother level. He's like, what would be the most ridiculous commentary on how ridiculous celebrities are is to turn the fucking annoying orange Facebook page into an anti-ice page and do a whole bunch of shit on that just to get attention. Like, nobody's thought about the orange in 10 years. So yeah.
But it's working.
It's working. It's working. I mean, I guess, you make that money, but it's like shit.
It's like, come on. Anyway, Ricky Gervais is right. It's like, and that's why everybody cheered him the last time. They're cheering him again. We don't want to hear it. And honestly, you're doing, for your own benefit, you're doing yourself all kinds of damage. Like Eilish went out there and did this, and now she's in a PR nightmare. And people are not wrong. They're like, if you're demanding that everybody has to let illegals have stuff, they're not illegal if they're on stolen land, then everybody can move onto her property and live there because she's on stolen land. So it's not illegal if they come in without permission and trespass and take her shit.
Well, that was like,
you don't even see this. Like, it's the same thing.
Well, that was like with BLM. They're all like, protest, riot, but not my house.
And they did. They literally did that. You need to come over here. Oh, wait, but not in my neighborhood.
Yeah, they're like, fuck the police. Oh, I need the cops because these protesters are going to burn my shit.
Prime example. She's like, defund police, and then she's like, oh, no, someone's trespassing. Call the cops. Call the cops. We need help.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
They should just be like, you know what? No, we're not coming. You told us to go F ourselves.
It's just the irony of telling people they're not illegal because they're on stolen land, and then sitting there being like having one guy trespass because he was on your, arrested because he was on your land. It's just flipping hilarious to me. Like, you can't make this level of idiocy up.
Yeah, like, oh God.
Yeah, you don't have to agree with us. I mean, I'm not trying to make this political. I just think it's funny because it's pop culture and it's about Hollywood and about the general public not being happy about what they're doing and saying. And it's like, wait a minute. And it's like that. And it's just, you vote how you want. I don't care. It's not my job to tell you what to think.
No, not at all.
Or how to vote. It's not my job. It's not their job either.
Know your role, right? Like The Rock used to say, know your role. Just be the jester. Just play the music, do the thing. Shut the hell up.
But I just think it's hilarious that, they're doing this. Celebrities, once again, have stepped in it, and Ricky Gervais warned them, warned them repeatedly, and they just will not listen.
They will not listen. All right. Well, we'll see how that works out for them. We're going to wrap it up.
Yes.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.